Hey everyone, welcome to this chess endgame study. In this position, it's white to move and win. So let's look at what each piece is doing in this position. White has a white bishop here and black has two pieces, so black has an extra piece. However, let's also look at the king safety. White has a king on a1, black has a king on h8. In this case, black is kind of being protected by this bishop, but at the same time is feeling a bit smothered because our queen is covering the g8 square and our pawn is covering the g7 square. On the other hand, our king is also not feeling so safe because, well, first of all, there's a fork here in the air. Second of all, there's a queen that might be coming to c3. So again, this diagonal seems to be quite important because white has a king on a1 and black has a king on h8, and really there's no piece that's covering these squares. So that's something to keep in mind maybe. Furthermore, well, we looked at the king safety, but we need to know who has the first move here because the person who has the first move also kind of has the advantage in this position, in dangerous positions especially, because you get the initiative. Well, in this case, white has the move. So, with that said, if you would like, you can pause the video and see if you can find the correct move here and solve this position yourself. I will let you know that this features a very beautiful checkmating pattern, which I hope you will enjoy. So, pause the video and see if you can solve it yourself. And welcome back. Okay, so first of all, let's look at some bad moves. Well, I'll tell you a few bad moves. A bad move is playing bishop to g5. Why is this a bad move? As dictated by this arrow, the king isn't traveling here, but you're relinquishing control of this diagonal. And queen to c3 is delivering a checkmate, so that is a very sad outcome for you. Well, you might think, okay, what if I try and maybe cover this square? Since we know this queen wants to go there, maybe I want to cover it. No, black will take this pawn and will try and distract your white bishop away from this d2 square. And again, if you try and take, then black is giving you this check and is delivering a checkmate soon after. So these are not the correct moves. As we can see, well, we're really trying to keep our bishop in this other diagonal. So we're trying to get it in here. How can we do that? Well, we can't play bishop to b2 because we're losing. Straight up, we're simply losing in this position after we move our king. The queen is coming in. Again, by process of elimination, as we've done in other videos, we can look at other moves maybe. If we move our queen, check, king moves, no more checks. Very sad for us. There's nothing here. Again, there's nothing for us to do. So if we take with a pawn, we lose our bishop. If we move our pawn, again, there's some way here you give a check or you do something else. So these are not the ways. It's too muddy. The waters are too muddy in those positions. Well, we can play this. Bishop takes a3. And we can bring our bishop back and we can try and deliver a checkmate. Right? We have a concrete threat here. We're threatening something. Now, unfortunately, black can sack everything, like everyone in their position and try and get away with it. So in this position, black can technically play queen c3 and then we'll play bishop here and then take. Bishop takes here because if black moves anywhere else, then we're giving a checkmate. So bishop will take this pawn and then we're taking the knight. And okay, technically black is surviving, but really are you surviving? Because I have a queen and you have two pawns, and I mean, this is a bit ridiculous. You're not doing anything here. Black, however, can try and set up a trap by playing queen to a8. Now, what is this trap? Well, first of all, there's a very concrete threat from black. They want to take this bishop with check and they want to deliver a checkmate because they have two pieces that are attacking here. Now you might think, well, what if I bring my queen back? Nope, that doesn't work. Just trade everything. And black is winning. Two pieces for two pawns. I'm sorry, you're not winning this if you're Magnus Carlsen, okay? So, let's go back. What can white do in this position? Well, you can't defend the bishop, right? You can't play any move with a king either that turns and defends the bishop. So, we can look at checks. Okay, I can give you a check. Queen to f6 is a check, but but we looked at it before, right? This doesn't do much. We said that king here, but wait, now we can play queen to e6 check. In the previous position, that was impossible, right? because here this was unavailable because the black queen was looking at e6 and wasn't allowing us to give a check there. Okay, so let's see here. Again, check, here, check. Now, what's important here? Well, let's think in an ideal world. How would we give a checkmate to black? Well, one way would be if this bishop wasn't there and we can give a checkmate on g7, then that's everything's fine in the world, right? The other way would be to control these two diagonals. And we have mentioned this a1 to h8 diagonal first, and now we're mentioning this a2 to g8 diagonal. And why these are important is that black simply has no moves in these squares. Okay, so we're giving a check here, we're giving a check, a check, a check, a check. Now, if we can get our bishop to move in here, and we can get our queen to be here, rather in this diagonal, it doesn't really matter where, then that would be great, right? So how can we achieve that? Well, if we could get our queen here, then we would be achieving that because that would free up our bishop. Our bishop would be able to move. And how can we do that? Check, 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 queen a2 check. And that's the beautiful queen staircase that we've done from this f7 square, and down and down and down, down, left, down, left, down, left. And in this position, black will move their king, and now the beautiful move, bishop to b2, rather a simple move. And in this case, black has nothing to do but give up their bishop. And here you can either play bishop takes here with checkmate, or you can play pawn takes, and that's an even kind of prettier pawn checkmate in a way. So yeah, this was the puzzle pattern that I wanted to show you today. Maybe you haven't seen it before. I know it was a while before I first found this pattern, even though I've played chess for quite a long time. Maybe you've seen it before, and that's great. Hopefully you found it in this position. It often emerges in these cases where black really doesn't have too many squares to move and is blocked furthermore by a piece, as is this bishop here on f8. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this position. Make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.